We went sailing with a man named Jonah. We went sailing with a man named Jonah. We went sailing with a man named Jonah early in the morning.
But I was going to do it as well as I could so that God could not say I didn't put every effort into it. With my international merchant skills, I knew what to do and followed 5 basic steps or principles in effective evangelization. If you have inside your church bulletin a place to take down notes, this is the time. First, you have to get people's attention. I knew that as a merchant. You cannot be ignored or you're going to get nothing accomplished. 2, you have to be taken seriously. Any fool can act like a clown and get people's attention, but that does not mean that they're going to be taken seriously. For the first one, being spit out live by a sea creature, that got people's attention. And 2, because the Ninevites worshipped the sea god, they assumed that their sea god had sent me. So I was taken seriously. 3, you have to use language that your audience understands. You have to start with what they know to be true and build on it, or you'll go nowhere. Because they already worshipped the god of the sea, I started from that and confirmed to them that yes, there is a god of the sea, and the god of the sea is also the god of the sky. And the god of the sea, who is also the god of the sky, is the god of the land we were all standing on. And the same god of the sea and the sky and the land expects people to follow His will with behavior, how they treat themselves and each other and all of God's creation. And He is highly disapproving, to put it mildly, of the way they are behaving. Then 4th principle is you have to convince your audience that what you're trying to, quote, sell them or convince them is in their interest. For example, when I was selling leather, I would convince people that by buying my leather, their shoes and their belts and their leather rope would last and last and last. If I was selling perfume to women, I would convince them that this would really help the women in the romance department. And I believe in my merchandise, just as I very much believe that God was using me as His agent to try to convince the Ninevites they had to mend their ways. Fifth, you have to be specific about what you want them to do. In the case of the Ninevites, for all they knew, their great sin was not wearing matching belts and sandals. Or their great sin was not investing in Israelite savings bonds. That was not the sins that God was concerned with. Rape, murder, cheating, lying, stealing, abusing people, abusing animals and plants. While the list was so long, I really needed to make it simple, which is to treat other people as you would want to be treated. After 3 days of preaching to the Ninevites in their language, my work was done.